Happy Monday, Rando fans, and welcome to another broadcast of A Link to the Past Randomizer's main tournament. Today we have a Group L race between hitman1382 and bsj72380. We'll just call them Hitman and BSJ. Two people I have known in this community for a very long time, and two people I wouldn't want to face off against in Cross Keys, which is what they're playing in their group stage today. Zeruvian here. I have Flying Platypus Dimitri helping me out on comms, or rather, I guess I could call it the other way around, because I think Dimitri's a little more active than I am these days. Hello there, friend.
Hello there. How's it going?
Doing all right, doing all right. How's your night over there?
Yeah, it's not quite night yet, but it's dark outside, so I guess after this I'm gonna go to sleep, but not before asking these players why they have so many numbers in their names. What the heck?
Yeah, we'll just get rid of the numbers and call them what they are. They are Hitman and BSJ, two friends of mine that have played this game for a good long while, and I have had the pleasure of seeing them every step along the way.
Sounds good. So I'm happy to be here, so I will be able to witness two great player skills, apparently. So they're as good as you say. And this is Cross Keys, so that means you're going to see very good action of entrance randomizer, so every cave, every door can lead everywhere, and as you can see in the screen, also the keys of everything are randomizer and can be found in any pretty much location.
Yeah, within reason, we'll see some stuff just kind of, show up where it can show up. Like, there will be some logic that keeps things from... You can't obviously get Nice Rod behind Trinex. That'd be silly, right? This isn't no logic. It's Cross Keys, which is arguably just as good.
Oh, I've only seen a couple of seeds of no logic, and it's relatively absurd. I honestly like having some kind of, information going on the seed so they can kind of guess where stuff is, and this is definitely helpful to the player, that they kind of have an idea based on their also great experience with this kind of mode, where items may be or may not be. So far we got really nothing, but they're just the beginning, so they are exploring as much as possible, trying to gather in those resources. Nice bombs.
Yeah, we see that resource pull that Hitman did, the BSJ did not do. We got 8 bombs off of a tier pull on one of the trees. Yeah, the pull's at 3 tiers. Tier 1 if you kill less than 4 enemies. Tier 2 if you kill 4 but take damage. And Tier 3 if you kill 4 without taking damage. I didn't see which one that one was. But that is going to be a little bit of advantage if we see something like a mini Moldworm cave or a hype cave where Hitman has bombs and BSJ does not.
Yeah, they're also pretty easy to come by because you just killed one enemy and it was in the tree, so it's just a tier 1 triple. Oh, Hyrule Castle and GT side by side.
Well, there you go. Ganon's Tower got 2 free checks for you, which is, not bad. And you know where the rest of them are available later on once we have the means to do so, and we got a compass.
Yeah, not very nice, but ooh, a shovel. So we can just immediately start with the fetch quest, I guess. Better sooner than later. Alright, so we already figured out where Ganon is. So Ganon is behind Castle Tower. So in this seed, we will have to find both Castle Tower's keys. And that's something that you don't want to see. You always hope there's nothing useful behind there, so you can altogether skip it, but that's not going to be the case for this. So probably we're going to hunt for those keys. Hopefully they're going to appear soon.
You do have one advantage to knowing that Ganon's sitting in the tree, though, and that means, hey, you're going to get boots at some point during this seed. You kind of have to.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's a really nice comfort movement item.
We'll see Shaped House for another extra free check here, and we will get...
I guess our main weapon for the time being.
I mean, if you had a bug net, you could reuse the bee. We're going to use this bee to sell them to the bottle merch instead, and then there you go, we get a key. There's the Hyrule Castle key, okay.
Well, we just found Hyrule Castle, so technically now is in logic with that small key. Because for people who doesn't know, of course, the first blue guard gives you a key so you can proceed in the front of escape, but without that key, that's not going to be in logic, except for the first chest. And we also got some flippers.
And we've also got pushed out Ganon's Tower, so we're going to hear a little silly bunny music.
Oh, that's right. They don't. BSJ doesn't have the Moonbird like non-Hitman has, but his bunny sprite is almost the same as his normal sprite, so I didn't kind of figure it out. I was confused for a second. Oh no! Bomb refill cave. Okay, so here we are seeing two different approaches. Hitman is just hitting all the doors that he can find and collecting items all over. I guess that BSJ is trying to check as many entrances as possible now that he's money walking around before saving quitting, and in fact that he does.
Yeah, it's two different schools of thought, especially if you have a spawn near a connector, you might be more inclined to jump in and see what you have. And the other way around would be, well, you can mark where they all are and go back to them as is convenient for you. So
Yeah, I don't really
if you
think
find
there's
something cool, but a Dark Mountain is not something I would consider cool until you see a mirror.
No, and especially in Crosskey, I always get the feeling that whenever you are in the mountain, especially the east side, but there's no right or wrong way to do that because you have to go up and then jump down multiple times to reach some entrances that may require some weird connector logic to reach. Alright, some serious action on Hitman's side. We're gonna explore the depth of Iron Castle, at least the front, and we also found Laser Bridge from BSJ.
Yeah, Laser Bridge has 4 free quick checks that you can make as long as you know how to dodge the shooting eyeballs in the walls there. That at this point with 3 hearts are an instant kill.
Yeah. Well, personally, I'm at a point where I think that the red beetle is way more dangerous than the eyes, because the eyes, you need a little bit of timing, but once you learn, it's just a matter of practice. That thing, instead, if you don't have a way to stun it, you can do that with a bomb, by the way, may be pretty annoying. And here's a flawless executed by BSJ, having no trouble doing that whatsoever. What does the back of his cape has for us? Money, ammo, a little bit of health. Nothing great.
Yeah, nothing too exciting there.
But I would say that I do not dislike this sanctuary position. So you're relatively close to Kakariko village. It's not as, comfortable as finding the sanctuary at the Smith place or in Magic Bat Cave, but that's fine.
All right, so far the only really exciting thing I think we've gotten, I mean, unless you count the shovel exciting, would be the flippers, which give us, at this point, only a couple extra checks, 1 free item, and, a few entrances that are otherwise not really easy to get to. We got bombs all over the tree, I guess.
We're not going to be lacking explosive. That's a good thing. We don't have a weapon, we don't have a hammer, a hookshot bow, a sword. So for the time being, unless we're going to find a weapon soon, that's going to be our primary way to deal damage to some enemies. But yeah, I especially agree on the flipper checks. When you get the flippers at the beginning, you never know if you gotta follow that items because everything it feels so far away from you. And correct me if I'm wrong, so far we haven't seen any dungeon except GT and Hyrule Castle, right?
Yeah, Hyrule Castle, Ganon's Tower. We haven't seen anything exciting. Like, there's nothing really drawing our runners in any direction right now. And this kind of that, we're still kind of stuck 10 minutes in almost in that feeling out what's going on move here. Like, where things are, what we might need to go get, from where we're going.
Yes, you're right. So, about what's going on, let's talk about the second about drop downs. So, which drop downs are we missing so far? because we saw Ganon that is in on place of Lumberjack Ledge, so we need Castle Tower done. We saw Uncle, we saw Lumberjack Ledge, we saw Back of Escape.
Do we see
Which
the
one are
Magic
we
Bat
missing?
somewhere? So we have Magic Bat, and I already forgot which ones you already said. And we know where Ganon is. That's the important one. The well is one that's actually important too, but that might be in the pyramid for all we know. We might.
Yes, exactly. This is why I'm watching BSJ
towers.
now.
Yeah, because the Thieves Drop is right here at the Magic Bats. We're missing. I think it's the well's the big one.
Yeah, the well's a big one. I don't think we're seeing the well. We're missing the Sanctuary place. We are missing the Sanctuary drop down. We're missing the Useless Fairy drop down, and of course the Pyramid drop down. So we're missing 3: Magic Bat, a Useless Fairy, and the well.
Well, we know where the Sank drop down is because we can spawn at Sank.
No, I mean what's in place of Sank drop down.
Oh, what's in place of
Sank? Sank is in the forest. What's in the place of forest?
I thought we just saw BSJ go there, and I think that was the uncle, was it not?
Maybe. I am not sure.
It takes all kinds of
it was
eyes
something that I saw probably like 2 minutes ago, and I already forgot what it was. But we saw Pod, and it was nothing.
Yeah, Pod had nothing for us unless you wanted to go ahead and mimic it. We have Spiral. Did we go down Spiral Cave yet? At 3 hearts, this is treacherous. You have bombs to handle it now, but that mini Moldorm is out for blood.
Yeah, Hitman picked out inside Spiral Cave, decided not to go all the way down
oh my gosh.
the rabbit hole. Yeah, mini Moldorm at the beginning of the game can be brutal.
Potion shop here. It's a Spike Cave. Yeah, we have that bee in a bottle, and BSJ is deciding to hold on to it because that could be useful if we find, exactly mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, I don't dislike this play. I actually really like it because bombs are nice, but the golden bee is like an automated war machine. Imagine doing mini Moldorm Cave with that and not worrying about your bomb count. I will hold on to that.
Speaking of mini Moldorm Cave, and look at what BSJ is gonna do. I love this. I live for the bee in mini Moldorm Cave. It's nice. Makes it no effort.
You have no idea how satisfied right now I am as a commentator.
Do we have anything fun in here?
A lot of health so far. Useful. 2 compasses and the boots.
Okay, so not only is it nice to have a pair of boots here, those are required.
Yes, we know that they're required, and the sooner we find him, the better.
I think it's something like for every so many minutes you get that many seconds in time gained on an opponent for how much longer you have the boots than they do. I forget what the exact metric is, but it's not nothing.
No, it's not.
Playing a long mode like cross keys, it can definitely add up.
Yeah, when I started playing this game, I was trying to convince myself that, oh, right, if you don't have boots or if you have boots, it doesn't change that much. Well, I was wrong, because at the beginning, because you need to understand how to use them, but once you know dash lines and stuff, in that case, with these 2 experienced runners, they're gonna make the most out of the boots, and they can definitely save a lot of time. So now we all need to hope that Hitman is gonna find a mini Moldorm Cave soon, so that is not gonna let that advantage grow over time. Speaking to thieves, that's nice to have.
Yeah, that's a fun one to have because it does give us the extra dungeon clearable once we have a weapon to defeat blind. But it does, without the small key and the hammer, put one other check in logic here. Oh, unfortunately, we're just going to get shoved out here. But that means BSJ can check the shovel because he hasn't seen the $5 on it yet.
It's kind of nice when you are spat out from the mirror location because you don't have to visit them later. Even worse, you may be forced to do some bunny walk, so the more you can cross off your tracker, the better. We're still going around looking for relevant stuff. Come on,
Yeah, go
game.
ahead.
Give us some mountain access.
See where this goes. It goes to Ganon's Tower, because we've seen that already. Now we get to play Dodge the Lionel again, if we're Hitman this time.
Inverted intensifies.
There is a setup where you can just hold a bomb on the bridge and blow yourself through the Lionels with iframes, but I don't know if I trust that even with 2 hearts. Unless I practiced it.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's much easier to just damage boost yourself using the Lionel's fire. And in any case, we cannot do that even with bombs because you're still missing the Moon Pearl. Where are you, Moon Pearl?
Moon Pearl can be in a lot of late game places right now.
Okay, I guess we are running out of checks that this runner done. They are pretty much covering each other's bases, and Hitman probably is gonna finish here in the mountain and save and quit at some point. So right now we're missing the eastern area and everything around Lake Hylia, maybe Waterfall Fairy entrance, Zora. Lacking a little money for Zora, but
Yeah, that's one thing I'd be worried about right now is at what point do you pull the trigger on flippers, even knowing you're not going to have the money to pay Zora?
well, Hitman is not that far away, but 100 rupees, especially when you don't know your entrances, there's no guarantee you're gonna get anytime soon. It's kind of dangerous.
And we don't really have any easy way to get money either. Like, none of our farming locations are available. And there's none on tree poles that we know about.
Bombs that unfortunately you cannot sell back.
Imagine how broken this game would be if you could sell items back to the to the shops. Just have all the money, upgrade all of your bomb and arrow slots, buy all blue potions.
Oh, well, that's true, but consider the Hyrule broken economy, you can find money just cutting grass.
They call that buried treasure.
And there's Castle Tower. So we're not gonna see that anytime soon, as long as you find a weapon, maybe one key to check the chest in the back, maybe the lamp. But I'm surprised that we found that pretty early, so maybe there's gonna be something good inside.
Alright, like we mentioned before, is we're still finding things to do, but also both runners are kind of in the same spot right now, and that's nice and vanilla. Thanks, game.
Nice sync.
This is a Group L game, a group that's currently spearheaded by 2C, who is 3-0 reported on the challenge right now. Hitman's looking for his first pay dirt, and BSJ doesn't have any games reported, so it's a 3-way dogfight for second. Whoever can get their first notch in the win column has a shot at trying to rule the rest of the division when 2C's got an insurmountable 3-game lead right now.
Oh, 3-game lead, like 3 games done, 3 games won?
3-0. The 2C's also pretty darn good at this game, so... And don't count these guys out. Each one of them can absolutely get a couple wins and take home second place, enter that bracket stage. But there's also Astro Felipe sitting back there at 0-1 on the challenge page right now, and he could rip off a couple wins and put a tiebreaker scenario into consideration too.
Absolutely. I mean, I can imagine the pressure that these runners feel.
That's a nice looking
Sorry,
shield.
my microphone got cut off. Yeah, I don't know why does it look like that. And we got a little bit of divergence. BSJ decided to go through with Spectacle Rock Cave, and we are back to the village. Hitman instead decided to just clean all these entrances, so he's never gonna have to think about it. Still no boots, so far we got at least 6.5 minutes, which BSJ has the boots over Hitman.
Bonk.
Oof, save.
There's your Moon Pearl, Dimitri.
Well, apparently that was the right choice, and a fairy to top it off, so we're not gonna die anytime soon. So boots are required for that Mooper. We need to hope that Hitman will reach Minimolar Cave anytime soon. And now we are seeing the Sanctuary. What's in here? Oh, here's the magic bat.
Oh, okay. So that means the well's just in the pyramid then? Unless we haven't seen this either.
Yeah. No, this we've seen oh god, we saw that like 2 minutes ago. It's a lumberjack.
Oh,
no, this is the useless fairy.
Okay. So yeah, well is absolutely in the pyramid. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, 5-item locked by GT. Oh, back of Skullwoods. One check, but hopefully it's gonna be something good. Hitman remembers to free the fairy. I have no idea how many times I tried to death warp and then I realized, oh wait, I got like 2 fairies in my bottles.
Well, it's even worse when you're at like Zelda Cell and you do that. Or you get the Sank Heart in Zelda Cell. Or in Pod Dark Maze, you're just trying to die, man. You can't do that.
Yeah, and you open a chest and maybe you get the last heart piece. That's also feels horrible because what are the chances?
Got a Gina's Cave here. It's not an item cave I very much like to see unless it has something important, like our Swamp Small.
I guess you will have to be satisfied with that.
It's just not one you want to walk out of. So if you find it like the middle of Kakariko, it's like, ew.
Yeah, but what choices do you have? I mean, it's one check, is there. As soon as you find it, you know that it's in logic, so you gotta explore. The same as the back of Skullwoods. I mean, you don't want to go under the bridge and then come back for that chest. It's one check, but you have to do that. And again, both our runners converge into Pod Hitman with one small key.
Yeah, that one key could be important here too.
Yeah, true, because I hope it's important.
It is important. That's something we might need. And in lieu of not having the boots, we do have the hook shot to be able to get around.
Okay, so Hitman is not doing the mimic clip, and BSJ is bailing. I thought for a second it wanted to do that, but even by do that, it's going to be 2 more checks, but then you cannot access any other areas of Pod without the hammer, so... Maybe he gave up on the idea and said, you know what, I'm just going to come back later. Pod it's here, it's close to my house, I can reach that whenever I want.
Oh, there's the dam. So now suddenly we can start thinking about going into Swamp Palace. If we find it. We don't have the small key, though, for Hitman. We still need to go get that out of the desert area first.
So, we are 23 minutes in, and even if we got the Moonper, we still don't have a clear indication of what the seeds want from us.
Yeah, there's no actual pull to the Dark World. Like, where have we seen getting pushed out at Dark World yet? Just the mountain, right? From Ganon's Tower?
I mean, yeah, that's our only access for a few entrances. That we saw there are items, because there was the chess minigame, and there was another... I think there was another entrance with that chest or two. So technically the Dark Death Mountain East is something that it's in logic and you can consider to get some more items, but you don't know how relevant they are. We don't yet have a way to get into the main Dark World area, be it like the west side, the east side. Yeah,
but that hookshot does give us a lot more to do on the Light Mountain if we can get ourselves over there with the means to actually find out if there's a connector point we can take to the main Dark World.
Yes, we haven't found anything spicy. I mean, we saw Spectacle Rock. Spectacle Rock goes back to Kakariko. We saw Spiral Cave. Spiral Cave comes out on the K45. Hitman is just about to explore right now with the powered hookshot. Those mini Molder has no chance.
Yeah, then BSJ is going to go give us a look at what's on the Zora ledge, but we don't have the money to pay the big fish. It's powder. That could be important too.
Yeah, it's powder. And we also saw the magic bat, so we technically can do that with flippers. Pick the powder, we go back, find magic bat, and then we get the item that he has. Alright, so finally Hitman is going to do a mini Molder cave, he's gonna get his boots. Doesn't have the B to just obliterate them, but he got the hookshot, so I can make pretty quick work of him.
I would argue the hookshot's faster as long as they don't wiggle out of your hitbox range. And then, just to check here, Hitman will have his boots.
Alright, now we can go faster. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, now I guess he's gonna go to those... No, wait, with that hookshot, he can hookshot to the west side of the mountain, so maybe he's gonna be a little bit more time before he gets that mover in Bonk Rock.
Yep, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it here. Because if we find our only access to Dark World via the left side of Death Mountain, you might have to come back up here anyway. And you're tempted to take this, and you're going, I'm not going that way. You can't make me. I have a hookshot. I'm going this way. There's much more to do over here.
Oh, absolutely. You got like 1, 2, 3, like 5, 6 entrances.
And BSJ wants to go get these 2 items that we saw down here. Or the 1 item. It was chess game, actually, I believe.
Yeah, what was chess game? But there was something else. Oh, we got found the Beko Desert here on the west side of the mountain.
Oh, it's the graveyard ledge. You're right.
Bomb Farm Cave. It's so nice when you find graveyard ledge like at the beginning of the game, like in Kakariko or something. Another pod small.
That could be a faithful pod small in both directions here. That could either send BSJ after his hookshot, or when he finds the other small key, he could put BSJ in the back of pod to get a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't find anything that is going to distract him and go in a different direction, at some point maybe we'll do the front of pod play. Maybe right now? Where are we going, BSJ? Yep, front of pod.
Yeah, this is huge now, because depending on what's in the back of pod, the game was going to ask us to have 4 keys, because we have to be able to open every door without locking ourselves out. Oh, we're going to go ahead and... Oh, BSJ. I never understand why...
Save scam?
No, we're just going to go ahead and check it. I never understand why some players decide to make this gamble.
I mean, yeah, I'm going to be honest, this is not going to be... Okay, this is not worth it, because it's just money, so you can get that in any other place of the scene. But I see another player, like, saving, quitting, going in that chest, checking, and then resetting. And considering the pod position right close to your house, I was expecting him to just say, you know what, I'm gonna check, reset my emulator, and then see if I'm gonna use it or not.
Look what we found on the left side of the mountain, too.
Oh, hello, swamp.
And look what we found in the swamp on the left side of the mountain. I don't know if that still works. It's probably all wet.
Just give him a second. With all this speed, he's gonna get dried up pretty soon.
Oh, Tower of Hera is a pendant.
Alright, so finally we got some more information about the dungeons. It's our first dungeon that we know it is a pendant. Now, we do know which one. Oh yeah, Thieves Town is the green pendant. Okay, so we got 2 pendants information.
And if we were cheeky,
And in any case, it was we
could
want to go.
get the compass chest, but no, we don't have a weapon for Moldorm, so we're not going up. It's not in logic either. Need the big key. Alright, BSJ is now going to follow Hitman up the mountain. There's Hookshot Cave.
Oh, this is spicy. Well, it was nice to dream. This cave is nice because it's both like a lot of items and a connector, so we can see where are we going after this.
And as I stated, this could be our intended path to Dark World. And it's not. It just goes right back out the bottom of Fairy Ascension Cave. Hitman, go ahead and
that's
take
nice.
your Super Bunny. You can do that now.
Yeah, he's gonna be able also to do that quicker with the hook shot. But it's nice because that entrance, the Fairy Ascension, what is covered by the black rocks that can only be lifted with the Titan Smiths, it's sometimes tricky to explore unless you can reach the top and then jump down. But then in that case you forsake other entrances, so it's nice to cross that off the board. And finally we got Swarm from BSJ's side, and he has hookshot and he has small key.
And technically,
So how far are we going?
You know, this other check here is in logic. It's not going to have the hammer if you don't find it here. If you find a sword, with the sword and a fire rod, you can beat up on Argus.
Well, actually you can beat Argus with just a fire rod. If you're willing to sacrifice your magic to kill all the puffs with the fire rod. But yeah, that's pretty inconvenient. And we jump back in. Nice, I like this play.
Alright, there's that third bottle now for Hitman. That's so many bottles.
I mean, as soon as we find a magic shop, we're gonna be covered.
Yeah, but we might...
I guess getting a magic potion... Yeah, I guess getting magic potion is one of the hardest things to get in cross keys, because... I mean, now we have magic, we are never gonna be in need of that, but at the beginning, when you don't know where your magic shop is, and you got a lot of bottle, and maybe you want a magic potion, you're like, how can I obtain something? Ooh, a big key. What is that?
Oh!
Yeah. That may point us at something, but it's too early to say.
Yeah, it's not one I'm really excited to see, even though I know the well's at the top of GT. I don't have enough to get anything in GT right now. We need a bow to climb, you need a cane to do right side, you need a hammer to do left side, and we have no keys.
Yeah.
Oh,
how many keys are required?
Nice meme game, nice meme.
There's always a swordy swamp, as they say.
And now Argus.
And that is also hammerlocked.
It is.
That is also hammerlocked. So we are supposed to find our hammer somewhere. But now we can complete swamp. And we know it's a crystal, so it's required.
And there is that swamp small now for Hitman. The swamp's not in a bad spot either. It's easy to get back to.
Yeah, at this point I'm just expecting BSJ to finish the entire swamp. I don't know if Hitman is gonna go back and check, but...
Oh boy, okay. That fire snake likes to wreak havoc, especially if it gets stuck in that corner there and just bounces back and forth for a second. Owie.
Yeah, the area around stairs is it's so weird. There are so many kind of hidden corners where stuff can bounce around, and those fire snakes are the worst enemy in that situation.
All right, left side swamp has for us today a map, a completely worthless map.
One of the two useless maps. Wonderful, no information whatsoever. And another
a
multipod.
hotkey. Okay, that one is interesting. There's no guarantee the hitman goes to get that later.
No, I don't believe so. I mean,
There's
it depends.
also-
If he goes back for swamp immediately and you want to try and full clear that, we are at the beginning. So it's realistically speaking, he can find that, but
There's also no guarantee that BSJ goes to pay Zora for that TR small we just got. Completely extra small key from what we know right now. But the logic from 4 TR smalls when it gives you the cane could tell you a lot of different stuff. It is very possible in cross keys for the game to give you laser bridge and expect you with the lamp and the cane to go all the way to the front door and open every door on your way.
yeah, true. Hopefully you're gonna find the other exits so you don't gonna waste all your small keys and you can use like 1 or 2 at most. How nice, a swamp giving the same compass of the dungeon.
Oh, Mountain Spawn back gives you the potion shop here in Dark Shopping Mall. But other than that, without the Moon Pearl, nothing doing. But that is going to give us the full tour of the Dark World, Dimitri. Because with flippers
Well, that's true. We finally found our way.
hookshot, yeah, we finally have a way to go into pod area and into West Dark World with the hookshot.
All right, finally something. So Hitman just needs to get his Moonper, and finally he will be able to navigate the full Dark World. While BSJ, he will complete Swamp shortly, and then we will see what he does, but probably gonna follow up shortly. Oh, there it is, immediately.
Yep, saved and quit and goes straight for the Moon Pearl. Well done, Hitman. And then BSJ. Gonna have a dance with the Argus here. So we're gonna try to play it a little bit safe. You might get some doubles in there. Fighter Sword, not really fun. There are faster ways, but you don't really have easy ways to do that. Now, at 2.5 hearts, you can only tank 1 hit with no armor upgrades, and this Argus can easily just bull rush you down and make things not as good.
Yeah, this is why I don't disagree with BSJ just going. It's nice and easy. You take your time, you do your spins, you don't rush the fight, and then you finish this. Because yeah, there are faster ways, but nothing is slower than dying at this point.
Right, got the fire rod
BSJ
out.
pulling the fire rod. Unfortunately, Argus escaped the quick kill. Almost there, 1 more hit.
There we go. And he's gonna let us know what he feels about Argus getting slippery there on us. But that's our first crystal on the board.
Well, no hard feeling, you one-eyed jellyfish. We want you dead. That's it. 37 minutes in. That's kind of fast for a cross key.
Oh, you silly dead rock, you!
I guess he wanted to use the hook shot, but he was with the bow.
Oh no, I think that was him very much verbally, or symbolically voicing his displeasure for the dead rock block there.
Okay, yeah, we can go with your version of the things. We got already 3 TRs mold. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's going to incline Hitman to check this chest for a key to Meyer, which is not really that important, but does have logical tells and implications that may be important.
Yep. We don't still yet know where Meyer is, if it's a pen or is a crystal. We don't have the big key because Meyer is one of those dungeons where we need the big key to complete the dungeon. So it's a bit early to say that, but yeah, the more you have, the better. On top of it, having even 1 small Meyer key really helped with the routing of the dungeon.
Yeah, just 1 key is really all that's necessary to really get after it. Oh, remembering to ditch our
Nice,
fairy and taking the Death Warp. Cool.
And we just got our big geopod. So as soon as Hitman finds some more pod smalls, he may be inclined to go back to pod and full clear the back. As far as you know, is Hitman one of the people that do the mimic clip or not?
I don't remember. I mean, neither of them did when they went into pod the first time, so I'm not sure if that's either something they weren't interested in doing or something they're not able to do. I know I don't do it.
Ah, me neither. I am physically incapable of doing that. But I saw
Oh, the
bsj.
hammer!
Ooh! That's our logic there. Now everything's coming together. Are we going up? Are we going up, bsj?
Yeah, we're gonna go beat up Moldorm here. Alrighty.
That was one of the old school's Herapods, as far as I know. There are so many versions that I...
There's a lot of ways. There's that Dracarys pot, there's the Raiden pot, there's the Philly pot. If you ask Will last night when we were talking over the race that we had between Leaf and PH, there's only one right way to do it. It's the bread pot. I still say do what's comfortable to you, although the bread pot is free. You should learn it. If you can get hook speed consistently,
I know
hook
that.
speed's the fastest. Oh, there's Meyer.
Oh, there's Meyer. Yeah, hook speed is the fastest as long as you do that in the first try.
We may not have a sword, but we do have a hammer, and that's going to count for plenty in here. Just don't get zapped by one of these beams. Because we're still very...
They surprisingly deal massive damage.
Like
I know that these Wizrobs are very predictable enemies, so it's not going to be much trouble, but yeah, they hit like trucks, regardless of being magicians.
Alright, Moldorm defeated. What color pendant do we have here? Is it red or blue? It's red.
It's vanilla. Okay, the prize on Moldorm was not really impressive, but we got a pendant that may or may not be necessary. We still don't know, but it's one dungeon down. Out of logic also.
Meyer.
bsj about to discover the disappointment of this hookshot cave.
It's a lot of pod keys.
Yeah, finally. More pod keys. There's nothing as too many pod keys. The more you can find, the better. And I know because I'm one of those psychos that would go through the ball lock side of pod twice in order to defeat pod with just 4 small keys. Well, that's something. That flu is definitely gonna help out a runner.
Yeah, fast travel is nice to have, even if it's like just the quick ability to get back to the mountain or get back to an entrance over in Eastern.
Yeah, especially Eastern area, because I feel like in Cross Keys there's no nice way to always explore that area. It always feels so far away from wherever you are. So I really appreciate when I have the hammer and vanilla Darkwood access and the flu so they can reach the pod Eastern area quickly. And meanwhile, on bsj side, we found Hype Cave, 1 sword, and most importantly, 1 small castle tower key.
And we know we need 2 of those just to get to Ganon. Meanwhile, Hitman finds her 4th bottle. So we've got a whole slew of safety here. We got half magic, you got powder, you got bottles up the entire wall here. And we're set up to Death Warp out of this mire. bsj is going to find out that this back of Mountain Spawn is in a fun spot. Bombos, okay.
Bombos. Okay, Hitman running back before remembering, oh no, I need to die.
So all this stuff that we've gotten here, all these things and places we've discovered, and the one big one right now is we know where a glove is, and we cannot get it without that mirror.
No, we cannot. Oh, this is the front of the old man, right in the West Kakariko, in the Dark Lemachek.
That works. So we have all kinds of easy ways without the lamp to get into the Dark World.
Oh, and now we also have the fire rod, so technically we can go to Skullwoods and check how's the woods layout and potentially check what's in the back, because we had the fire rod to open the back of Skullwoods. What are your feelings about exploring Skullwoods in not only in Crosskeys but in general?
So a lot of times I like to put Skullwoods off without the fire rod or the big key. In this case, we do have the fire rod, but we have no small keys. If we go in, and it's one of the unfavorable layouts where both of the front entrances are the middle, and there's no easy way back to the front. Without a mirror and easy Dark World, it ends up being a terminus save and quit for you. But I have the fire rod, so it's that extra entrance in the back is a little bit of icing on the cake. It's really a runner's choice in this situation.
Yeah, true, definitely. And here in Perros Cave, Hitman is about to find 5 more checks. We found the Mushroom and the Swamp Palace big key. So when Hitman is going to go back to Swamp Palace with his no small key, and the big key is going to be able to full clear that, and if there's something important, that big chest is going to be huge.
And just remember earlier, we found the GT big key on Hitman's side, and now he's got a couple small keys to boot. And the hammer. Knowledge of that hammer in Desert is huge here for Hitman. So we have the means to go down left side GT and get a bunch of stuff. We still can't go up, though, because the game is going to logically require us to have a bow. Again, we talked about mimic clipping. Going up GT via a mimic clip is another thing you can do.
Yeah, it's a little bit more tricky compared to the other doing pod, because in pod you just need to do that in one room and then you move upwards. And correct me if I'm wrong, if you do the big clip in GT, you also need to remember to relock the camera. Oh no, that was potion camera lock. Never mind. I'm stupid.
No, you're not. You're a platypus.
Yeah, true. That's just what I said. I mean, I got poison, I lay eggs, but I am a mammal. I can swim, I have a beak. I cannot be everything. I mean, I cannot also be smart on top of it. Come on.
A platypus commentator? Dimitri the platypus commentator? Yeah, vanilla front of Skullwoods. This is actually kind of nice.
Well, that helps. It doesn't matter the middle side layout. There's always going to be one entrance in the middle and one entrance on the west. So it's fine.
Yeah, it works out now because you can steal the key and actually clear Skullwoods with 0 keys plus the pinball key. Because in Cross Keys, we still put the pinball key where the pinball key is.
And that helps. Knowing that you always have access to one small Skullwoods key, it's really helps to complete the dungeon even when you find any.
Nobody likes to get soft locked in Skullwoods.
Okay, what we're here? Big key chest reveals nothing.
I mean, I guess we're still kind of skosh on HP, right? We're about sitting at like 7, 8 hearts right now, and no armor upgrades at all. So I mean, I guess I'm not complaining about finding a little bit of HP, but I don't want to get too tanky before finding the mirror. Because death warps get harder the more you pick up.
True, but yeah, there are ways to just. There are plenty of spikes, fire bars, or enemies that just deal 1 full heart of damage. You are 7 hearts, so even with a melee upgrade, it's not going to be too difficult to just die.
I'm loving
just blue mail would be fine. Blue mail would be the right compromise between safety and speed for death warping.
So we did just see Hitman kind of kick some dust up with his boots for a moment. Go, do I want to? Do I want to? Do I want to? Do I want to? Heck it, we're going. And we end up basically in the same spot as BSJ. I mean, yeah, I'm falling back through here.
It was so funny. It was funny because he stopped for a second in front of that whole, like, contemplating his life mistakes. What have I done?
I mean, it's the end of the loop, right? So if you're still up here and you could go back out front of Skullwoods, you don't want to push yourself into having to swim around just to hook back over, just to go to Vu. Meanwhile, BSJ's found desert. BSJ is about to discover his hammer.
Yeah, and he found desert from the other side, from the east side rather than the west side, like Hitman. So we already know 2 of the 3 entrances of front of desert, and we know where the back is. It's in the mountain. Map of Mr. Meyer. That would have been nice to have that earlier to see what Meyer was.
Oh,
The bow!
There's the bow. Okay. Well, we can now climb GT, do right side of pod, and a couple other things to boot. Yeah, BSJ is basically reversing the route that Hitman had taken to get to where that hammer was helpful for him in the first place. See if BSJ goes out the main door.
I guess that's what's about to happen.
Okay, and then we're going to go enter Village of Outcasts from Skullwoods here in just a moment. So we have a bunch of new information from both players, I believe. Assuming BSJ decides to follow suit here instead of going right to Skullwoods, because he has the 1 key, but he doesn't have the big key yet. And you're still probably leery about Skullwoods at this point. Oh, that's all 4 TR smalls.
That was quick. I mean, what did we find in Lava Chest? Oh, it was just a Meyer small. We didn't find anything relevant, so...
Yeah, but now it kind of
that may be something
into,
or nothing.
What did we find in Meyer? We found a pod small behind the Meyer smalls, right? So that, I mean...
And we found the flute in cutscene chest.
Yeah, that
is locked by all 3 Meyer small. So that may be the answer.
I'm going to imagine... Excuse me, game. Now,
all right.
Wait a second.
Guess we're going.
we have... we're playing cross keys. We're playing randomizer, and we have Vanilla Thieves Town. The thing is that this is Vanilla Green Pendant Thieves Town, so I mean... You make your judgment call on whether or not you're clearing it, but I'm clearing it here.
Yeah, what are you talking about? In the vanilla game, Thieves Town is the green pendant, right?
No.
Are you? Nah, you're joking.
No, in the vanilla game, Thieves Town is Crystal 3.
Oh, you're right.
Crystal 2, excuse me, Crystal 2. Because, you know, you go to pod, you get your hammer, then you go to Thieves Town to get your mitts so you can get your tempered sword before fighting Moth.
Yeah, that's what actually I was doing always when I was a kid. I was going to Thieves Town immediately after pod because I wanted my mitts.
Yeah, because you knew exactly what you were getting in Thieves Town.
Genuinely, it was the second crystal.
Nobody ever, not even once, played the game in the order the developers intended, right?
Yeah, I guess so. This is how speedrunning was born.
Takes damage to save time.
Oh, finally we found the front TR. So we found the front, the east side, laser bridge. I think we missed the west side, but we don't care. We can reach that easily from the other side. So
actually, the west door TR is vanilla. We've seen all 4 TR entrances.
Yeah, I didn't notice that, but yeah, I remember that seeing Hitman just bonking to clip over the rail. So that's fine.
Sanath, I'll say we do intended crystal order when Super Metroid speedrunners agree to do Nintendo Power Strats.
Beautiful. More health, more bombs. I guess that Hitman at this point really want a sword, you know? BSJ got 2, he got known, and 1 is hammerlocked in swamp.
Yeah, but the other one's just hype. And actually, isn't Hitman going to come up on where Hype Cave was shortly here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So he's going to finally have a sword and finally feel a breath of relief of, oh, finally now I can dash without worrying about slamming into enemies and die. I guess that's just the worst part about getting boots before a sword. You can dash, but you need to be careful about what you're doing, especially here in the Dark World where every enemy can just kill you in 2 hits.
right, so kind of coming up on, once again, meeting the same parity of information, with the difference maker right now being that we have a swamp clear for BSJ. And Hitman could go back there and possibly find something in the big chest. So there'll be a check that BSJ doesn't make for a while. We're still looking to see where our glove becomes accessible here, because we don't have a means to get to a lot of entrances that are scattered about. And we're going to need it for Ice Palace because it's a crystal.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also know the Mire is a crystal, so we don't yet know our pendant crystal layout. We're missing one pendant and both reds. We don't know which one is a red or not.
And we haven't seen the potion shop yet either. Not the potion shop, the bomb shop. We have seen the potion shop. It's in a weird spot. There's that TR small. That gives BSJ 3, with the fourth one being on the big fish.
Yeah, and we don't know if the glove on top of Spectacle Rock is gonna be the first glove or the second glove. That depends on how far into the logic is that mirror. And
yeah,
even if it's required, because you know, it's not guaranteed that we're gonna need that.
It could also be our only glove, for all we know.
True, but we got the back net, so now we can fight Aga 1.
So I didn't catch this immediately. We did have Hitman decide to ditch a fairy again and not go to blind.
No, it just cleared the front and then he pissed out.
That's a choice you can make, knowing it's a pendant and not having the small key to... You don't want to end up in a situation where you're having to run back for the big chest of Thieves Town because you waited until never to get your small key.
Yeah, but that's kind of the name of the game. I mean, in cross keys, but in any key sanity mode, it's just double dip is the name of the game. Almost never you're gonna have all the keys that you need, so sometimes you're gonna be forced doing some choices. So in this case, we're gonna see BSJ, if he decides to go all the way to the back of Thieves Town for the Grim Pendant, on top of knowing where Sazrala is, because we already seen that, or if he just decide to Death Warp out, and it looks like he's going all the way to the back.
Yeah, there is one check that the logic will expect you to be able to touch here without the small key. With the big key, you can take the spot key down and open up the Maiden Cell itself.
Absolutely.
Hitman did a safe quit there, and he's going to go ahead and check this desert entrance with the book we just obtained. So no hype cave, because I think that was over in the Dark Shopping Mall, actually. You know how to get there, but we just know that was... I don't... Where was that hype cave? Well, this is an item anyway, so maybe this is our third sword.
I don't know, honestly. Yeah, hopefully for Hitman, this is going to be our third sword, so it's going to... No, it's not. It's just junk. Yeah, 2 tablets and a dream of a sword. In any case, what I was about to say... Yeah, I was about to say high cave. I don't remember, but I remember the high cave was when BSJ came out of Dark Shopping Mall, and I used the flipper, so it may be at the Dark Fairy in the eastern area, for what I remember. But maybe Chad knows better. Darting with my eyes back and forth is just, you know...
Oh, now don't look now, but this is actually clearable for Hitman.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're missing lamp, 3 keys, but yeah, it's clearable. As we said before, speedrunning, right?
Oh, man.
Okay, I was confused for a second for what happened there on the bridge.
He ended up picking up his bomb past where he wanted to throw it. And didn't really have a way to get out of dodge.
Maybe it was about wondering if he wanted to do the hammer yamp before or after. Because he got only one more key and he cannot use it here, otherwise he cannot reach the boss. And technically, we don't know yet if Pod is our last pendant or not. Oh,
there's the mirror.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, that's big. That could be a big, big deal. No, Hitman, you can clear this dungeon, dude. Oh my God!
Oh, that.
No, now wait a second. Oh, that's
Runners knows better.
That is 6 key locked. You no longer have the means to fight Helmasaur because you need another key. If it's a crystal, you're going to find a key. If it's not, you're probably feeling pretty good that you found Mitts behind 6 keys, and hopefully it allows us to find things we need to clear the seed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, personally, I would have never opened that door knowing that this is a potential crystal. While it is true that cross keys based on the connector layout, you may be able to complete that without both gloves, especially after that mirror that guarantees out one glove on top of Spectacle Rock. It's definitely nice to have that. No! Okay, that's...
He ran into his own bomb, but he had a fairy, so that might have been planned, actually.
I mean, yeah, now he has the mirror, he doesn't need to freeze fairies anymore. And he also got a red potion, so...
Yeah, but you also don't want to have the fairy when you'd rather have, literally, a potion. Any potion. This is awkward, actually, because you're having to use bombs to see where you are without having... You can kick up dust, too.
Why don't you use Hitman?
Oh!
Hitman.
There's the ice.
Okay. Hitman, use the bow. Bow is the best lamp.
Nah.
Why not? What do you use when you don't have anything? What is your favorite item when you don't have lamp to kind of get a feeling of where you are?
My brain.
Honestly,
yeah, I use bombs because you're not guaranteed to have a bow.
Oh yeah, I also use bombs, but if I have a bow, I gotta use the bow because it's gonna be faster.
If I have a bow, I'm trying not to kill the Kadondos so I can death warp out because I usually don't have a mirror at that point either.
But we have now. Come on, man. Join the dark side. We got the goods. We gotta use them.
Look, the lamp's just shaking my SMH right now. That's terrible. All right, well, we're not even going to mirror out. We're just going to go ahead and save and quit. And then I believe the thing I would do in this circumstance is probably activate my flute and grab the mitts. There's not even a question.
No, we got the hammer, we got the moonpurr, and with the mitts, we're going to have basically this seed open. We can fly in everywhere, get any portal, access the Maya area also, most importantly, because we don't know if you have a connector going there.
See, here's the question, though, is, it may end up being that flute is required, and those mitts are required, and that all 6 pod keys are required. There's also the argument to be made, this could be a bad thing for Hitman, that suddenly the world's too open, and he's going to end up with, decision paralysis because of how many things you have to choose from doing. A lot more variance in how you can route because of how many different things you've got going on.
Yeah, I would not say especially that mirror is something bad, but those mitts definitely open up too much. Where are we going? We are going to... Oh, we're going to Dark Cross. Alright.
Yeah, we have the lamp to put it in logic now. Now, I've known these two gentlemen for a long time. Please give them a follow.
Absolutely. They are the star of the show. We need to text them for accepting to be on Restream and create this wonderful entertainment for us. And all those plot twists about glove and the mirror.
What? But suddenly we have gloves and the mirror.
Yeah, locked by multiple degrees of keys and logic where we don't fully understand, but yeah. Well, we kind of have an idea. So we got all TR smalls that led us to one Meyer small that led us to cutscene chest in Meyer for the flute, and now we got a 6 key lock glove in pod. So we may have an idea of how this is going, but we don't have certainty of that.
I do love that we're going to go ahead and get Ether first. And not need to at all, because it's nothing.
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna check these entrances first. Hey, hello, how's it going, Mario?
GG, my friend. And with this mirror, we now have the entire world as our oyster.
Hopefully he's not gonna get lost in the multiple choices that he has ahead. We still miss a bunch of stuff. Oh, and I just realized that on top of having the entire world ahead, he still doesn't have a sword. And I cannot see Hitman anywhere close to this 2-sword that BSJ already has.
Yeah, this is awkward right now in terms of routing for a sword. We have the means to go to pod area easily. Oh, we could even open this if we had one.
Well, that is unfortunate.
He will get to clean up these entrances that we haven't seen him go back for just yet. Like, get this extra pod key, so now we can go back and kill Helma.
Yeah, and hopefully you will not use that like BSJ did on the central chest. Okay, BSJ finally getting his GT big here in the dam. Well, actually, I wonder when the two runners will decide to pull the trigger on the GT play.
I'm gonna say it. Hitman's not thinking about that right now because he doesn't have any swords.
Okay, fair.
BSJ's got all the knowledge. He can probably go up. He has to want to, though.
I mean, I saw BSJ being very focused on dungeon clearing, so he went all the way and cleared Swamp immediately, he cleared Thieves Town immediately, and now he's clearing the back of Skullwoods immediately.
Right? That's how you should handle it. Always be seeing dungeons, as clearing dungeons. AB clearing dungeons. Let's try that a third time. Always be clearing dungeons. ABCD.
Always clearing dungeons. Yeah. You know what? That sounds good. Has a good feeling when you say that loud.
Because as soon as you find a dungeon, you can get a bunch of stuff in the dungeon. Why wait? Take care of it. Moth drops us a crystal. But the dungeon lead is now 2-0 in favor of BSJ.
I mean, yeah, if you count the pendants, it's 4-0, but those were nothing so far, so I guess we're not gonna count them. Okay, where are we going, Hitman?
Hitman's going back to this. This was Swamp Palace. We're going to clear Swamp Palace and get our first sword.
And also, we're gonna see if there's gonna be something big or nothing in the big chest, because he has that Swamp Palace big key from Paradox.
We were talking about when to do the GT play. BSJ is here now with 3 keys, the big key, a bow, a fire rod, and 2 swords. We're going up. I'm assuming we're going to climb here. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. You're still looking for 2 gloves or the mirror to get a glove. Unfortunately, it's in the back of pod. BSJ doesn't know that, but he could find something else that we need at the top of this tower or in the well behind it.
Yeah, we got all the keys. No, we got 3 keys for GT, right? The
he
other
pulled the
one
pod
probably
key
is the one we got.
in.
Yeah, okay. My bad, I didn't notice. Alright, so we can definitely go all the way to the left side. Yeah, all the way to the Ice Armos, open the big chest of GT, and maybe he's gonna climb after that. He should know that the well is behind GT. And there are also a few chests up to Moldorm 2, so we will see.
Oh, look, a sword behind all 4 swords. God.
Yet another sword that Hitman is not gonna have anytime soon.
But it rains, it pours for Hitman here. I mean, come on now.
There we go. Nice
He
and
will
easy.
at least get a butter knife here when he has to do the compass chest in just a moment.
Why do you people? You're a maniac. Why don't you go and chest compass chest immediately and you do left side first?
Oh, you're supposed to do compass chest after left side if you're doing left side. It just routes out smoother. It is faster. If you're full clearing on your first trip, you do left side into compass up to the big chest and up.
Okay, I didn't know that.
There are basement keys in Rando room.
Right, so yeah, I cannot see we're going anytime soon back to Hera. And we got our 5th small pod, so now we can technically full clear pod on Hitman's side without leaving anything behind.
Now, There's an argument to be made. It's faster to just never do left side.
I mean, yeah, it's faster. Nothing is faster than not doing that. Small key to Skullwoods. Okay, big chest to GT is not useful.
Oh, that's fun. I mean, Skull Woods is blocked by 3 GT smalls.
Yeah, logically, yeah.
Ah, logic.
What a wonderful thing.
Hitman gets himself a sword. Huzzah!
And he doesn't even spare a second to express his relief or frustration, depending on
And the big
what he
chest
wants
is
to
never going to
express
hurt
with
BSJ.
that. Okay, good news for BSJ. Big chest is nothing. Perfect. But as long as we don't reach go mode, it's definitely going to be in the back of his mind. Because he left that big chest, Thieves Town big chest. There are all big chests that is left behind. So definitely he's going to hunt him until he reaches go mode.
It all depends on whether we end up in like a bad big key or ice rod hunt or something at the end of the seed here. And any climbers in chat, because BSJ is doing the thing.
I respect this play. And our equipment is not even that bad, because we got the temper, we got the boots, we got a fire rod, we got half magic, so we can make quick work of the enemies. And now Hitman is gonna show his beautiful dancing moves with Argus.
Oh, get out of that corner, buddy. That's a dangerous place to be in.
Yep, nothing to be ashamed of. You got that potion, use that. Spider Sword Argus is never fun. BSJ keep plowing through the gauntlet, killing enemies left and right. Yeah, I see the audio delayed a bit more than before. There was a weird lag a couple of seconds ago, so maybe you're right. Hooray! Finally, Hitman, 1 hour 12 minutes, getting his first crystal out of Swan Palace. Okay, thank you, chat, for the information about the audio. We will try to fix that as soon as possible. Meanwhile, keep enjoying the show. Hopefully you're not going to be too bothered by this. It's going to be fixed up soon.
And we are going to have Hitman now join BSJ on left side GT. Which, with only... I mean, he's got 3 keys. He's getting that sword out of the map chest also. There's that sword for Hitman. Let's see, what's at the top here? We have a key to pod.
To pod, our sixth key to pod.
Yeah, that's actually great news for BSJ, because it might push him to go clear pod. Now that we have the bow, he's going to find his mirror, and it's going to give him both gloves, too, if he opens up Harmless Hellway.
Yeah, when you got all the keys of pod, you really had no reason to not go back. And he also opened the other chest that was 6 key locked, so... What's in here? Just bomb. Alright, here we go. Aga 2 coming.
Bonk. I love that bonk across, though. There's Aga 2, and Aga 2 is done as fast as you can say his name. Sometimes it gives you nice patterns like that. Alright, you should see the audio coming back into being in sync thanks to some help on the back end. Thank you again, people at SG, for not only helping us put races on, but also being able to fix problems when they arise.
Oh, wonderful people. Alright, what at the bottom of the well? Was this climb worth it?
Oh, that's 20 bucks.
-3. -2.
The bomb, the sword.
The butter sword.
There's nothing in the well. Oh, man.
The disappointment. The disappointment of BSJ can be felt from here, the com booth. And Hitman is gonna be doing the climb. It's gonna be equally disappointment.
Oh, he's not gonna be mad. That's gonna be his tempered sword. And he has the mirror. He can do the top of the pyramid, too.
Yeah, but... Alright, you know what? I mean, I always appreciate a tempered sword, but once I find my master sword, definitely gonna say it's enough. And yeah, when you're gonna discover that you went all the way up there just for 20 bucks, a few bombs, a shield, especially the shield, you're not gonna be happy. Yeah, the butter sword didn't get a bomb. Well, after the third disappointment, he just saved and quit. So I guess that's enough to show how much disappointed it was. Like, first it was a bomb, second it was a bomb, and then it was like, you know what, I'm done with this game. But then he remembered that it was a race, so they said, okay, no, I need to go back and finish this race.
I was going to say, if you're saying, oh, I'm done with this game, that wouldn't have been a save and quit. That would have been a power off cut stream.
Oh, that would be interesting. But yeah, probably it's not going to happen.
That's not interesting. That's sad. We don't want sad.
Oh, that's also, just a runner of integrity that shows the disappointment. It says, you know, no, this is too much. That's the last straw. Yeah, and again, we got the runners covering each other's steps. BSJ finishing in front of Escape. Probably he's gonna go to Dark Cross at some point. No, he's gonna save and quit. Never mind.
He's not doing Dark Cross with 14 hearts on a Death Warp. Pod is where I
right.
imagine he goes, but he's also got this mushroom that he's probably gonna do first.
Yeah, we turn in the mushroom and then we wait for a chance to go back to the potion shop.
This dangled carrot in GT here that says, oh, the well is at the top. You're probably going to want to go get that. It has nothing. Not a thing. Oh, Spike Cave.
Are we
BSJ, don't
doing
do
it?
it.
Are we doing
BSJ,
it?
don't do it. BSJ, no. No.
Are we doing it? We are doing it. We are doing that, and then the sad news, it was like, oh, I forgot. No, man.
Don't have a club, buddy. Oh, man.
So close, yet so
I hate to
far.
see it.
Glove.
I don't know.
I do understand him. I did it, not once, but a few times, and probably I will do that again. So I don't blame anyone for going to the spy cave after you kind of running out of places to go and try to rush places and says, oh no, where is my logic? Maybe here, maybe there. And then you realize that you're missing something so simple like gloves. Because you would never say, because normally when you go to Death Mountain in other modes and spy cave right there, at that time you probably have a glove.
I mean, let's be completely honest here, too. If you're playing cross keys and you're 80 minutes without a glove, it doesn't feel good.
Also that. I mean, if you're playing cross keys and you don't find a sword in more than an hour, it also doesn't feel bad, but... Hitman at least has 2 swords that are more than enough to defeat Ganon, and BSJ doesn't have a single glove. That feels... not nice.
BSJ
And
does
on top
have
of it... Yeah, go ahead.
BSJ does have a bit of a dungeon lead, but that's not going to hold up if this continues.
Are we finally going back to pod? Yeah, okay, finally. Now BSJ is gonna get all the items they need, probably. Oh, it doesn't have the pod big, however.
Yeah, that's a very interesting one. Not having the pod big means we're not going to get the prize. He might also not open up the Hellway here because he wants to spare a key. But, you know, we're going to get the mirror and probably be happy to find the mirror because that'll give us our first glove. But that other glove, that's an advantage that I think Hitman still has.
The other glove is what I'm thinking about because I cannot... I mean, he opened the biggie chest at the beginning with 1 key. So I don't know how much he's willing to open the Harmless Hellway chest and use another key. He's still going to Hellman right now, but who knows? Maybe we're gonna surprise us like Hitman did. We were never expecting Hitman to open that door, but yet he did.
All right, now we talked about this earlier. Hitman having that mirror is going to be able to check what's at the top of the pyramid and then flute away anywhere that his heart desires. With that flute and mitts combo, we can see parts of the desert area we couldn't do earlier.
Okay, more junk. Yeah, we're missing... We're just missing Ice Palace as a dungeon. And Eastern. There it is.
And, well, here's Ice Palace. Well, that's a crystal, so we'll be clearing that.
Yeah, we got the big key. We got the hammer. We got at least 1 glove to lift the rocks. We don't have the Somaria to the icebreaker, but yeah, we can do that. I had no doubt that this runner can do that even without it. I know that the community has been spoiled by the Somaria. But yeah, sometimes you don't have the comfort, so you just need to learn the old bomb jump. And there's the big key to TR.
All right, we still don't know what our last pendant is, which means we don't know what our remaining crystals are unless we do a map check or stumble upon a dungeon. We don't have Kena Samaria here, so we will not be seeing the Icebreaker Dorsey extension. We'll instead be seeing an Ice Palace bomb jump.
Yep, this is why people that want to approach an Interpass randomizer say, okay, even there's this deck with the Samaria Cane where you can get past the barrier and just go through the dungeon backwards. It's gonna save a lot of time, but sometimes you don't have the Samaria Cane, so you always need to be prepared for that. So, making a recap, we know that Skowos is a crystal, we know that Ice is a crystal, we know that Meyer is a crystal. And we have on both runner side the map of Eastern that we have yet to see because nobody did a map check. Or actually BSJ did a map check when he was in the Dark Horse, so we did not see what it's Eastern. We are missing TR, Pod, and Desert on top of it. So we are lacking quite a little bit of information.
All right, so when a hitman comes through here, we'll see the Ice Palace big chest be something. And it's not something that BSJ is going to skip because he's got that big key at a dark maze. Now, with the mirror, BSJ is probably going to feel like he's got some catching up to do in terms of where things are here.
Probably. We got a few pod keys since the beginning, and even with 2 pod keys, if you go out on logic, you can easily reach the back, so... And pod is always a popular location full of density. Ooh, a cape.
Have we seen where
not
the
useful,
is?
but... Actually, I don't think we saw either ends of the bumper cave.
You know, actually, we just saw Eastern as a crystal on the map for BSJ, so that's, you know, knock another one down for knowledge here. So we know Skull is a crystal, Ice and Mire are crystals. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know 5. We don't know which ones are red. We still don't know which ones are red.
We don't even know if we collected the red, because it doesn't show when you clear a dungeon if it's a red or not. This is not in Animizer and Overworld Time Swap. I think it does show that, but not in cross keys. But yeah, on top of it, Eastern, it's a crystal. We got the big key, we got the bow, we got the lamp, we got everything. So as soon as we find Eastern, we can just full clear it. And because none of our runners decided to complete Pod, we don't know. Pod may well be our last pendant, for what we know. So I can understand why they don't want to go all the way back to the Elmasaur fight.
And Halasaur is a couple minutes fight, too. With Pod being as easy as it is to get to, I'm really not worried about going to clear it until I know I need to. And
I agree with that.
The last GT small. Okay.
Now we are Somaria from having all the other checks on the right side. Which can be something. BSJ thinking?
BSJ is probably like, okay, now that I have this combination, where am I going? Again,
did we see the Dark World East entrances?
I don't know, actually.
Because I don't remember any of that.
Well, he's got a plan of action in mind because he's running back into Kakariko here.
Yeah, I mean, now he has normal Dark World access through Hammer, Glove, and Moonbird. So it's going to be way easier without going through awkward connectors to reach the Dark World. But yeah, without that mitts, it's not going to be as comfortable as in Hitman's position.
This could be a run to Mire for all we know, too. Right, the knowledge that we have that pendant on Moldorm and we have the crystal on Eastern. And we might see a map check here, too. And we do. And Skull Woods was a red crystal, so we're not going to get a lot of knowledge from the bomb shop if we find it.
No, we're going to know only one, unless it's... No, it was not ice. Unless it was Swamp. For what do you know, maybe Swamp, the other red crystal, because both runners completed that before checking.
Hitman going back into the pod area here. So Hitman's going to get his fourth sword.
That's great.
Oh no, he's just going to... Where are we going? Are we going up to Catfish? We might be going to Catfish. But the lazy kid's got a little bit of love. And right now, it's just the big difference right now that could play in and hasn't yet, because he's just not chasing it, is that flute and mitts combination that Hitman has. If BSJ doesn't have that flute out of Mire cutscene just yet, it has allowed Hitman to just pick up things a little bit faster. So BSJ is playing a little catch-up here. We're going to see Magic Bat. I don't think either runner's done this yet.
No, we haven't seen that. We saw the powder pickup on Zora Ledge a while ago. But this has been in Logic since forever, so maybe it's gonna be something relevant. What do you got for us, Magic Bat?
Nada.
Well, that's disappointing, but what are you gonna do about that? Now, King's Tomb. Oh, that's the Bumper Cave. I wonder why Hitman is delaying so much the Meyer area. Because definitely with... Oh, that's the bomb shop.
Skull with a Turtle Rock. We are looking for the Ice Rod today.
We do, and yet we still don't know which is our last pendant. Between Pod and Desert, so not clearing Pod was the right call.
Is it
definitely
though?
the right call.
Now hold on, is it though? Because it's missing information, right? So if you'd actually beaten Helma and his item ends up being required and he drops a pendant, it's a win-win. We're also looking for a Castle Tower key.
Well, that's true, but are you willing to... Yeah, but there is so much to do that I don't know. I feel like going all the way to the back when there is so much on the table, we kind of waste the time. I mean, Pod itself is a good dungeon, but then going all the way to the back is not fun. Never. So I can definitely understand the feeling of wanting to do that as late as possible if you do not have to do that urgently. Hitman, where are you going? Oh, through the Bumper Cave. We're just talking about this.
I like this, although I'm not sure how many useful connectors we have from this right now. More than likely, it's going to go possibly Floating Island, or maybe Meyer area. We have seen TR Bridge, haven't we? Or am I bleeding out last night? Yeah, we have. So this goes, Floating Island. Which the item I don't recall was anything of importance. So we're going to go ahead. We open up TR.
I don't think it was.
We open up TR.
Yeah.
Finally,
that we couldn't do before.
Requiring the myths.
Yeah, finally. We didn't do that before because they didn't have a sword, because we saw that like 20 minutes ago. We got a map. Okay, yeah, pick that map. Pick a map. Map of Rock, oh no.
Yeah, that map that doesn't actually help you at all.
As soon as you find the bomb guy, he's gonna know, so... at this point, we want either Pod or Desert map. The only two dungeons that we're missing, because we're gonna know which big key we need, if we need the Desert Big. And we're going to have an idea of the last items. What's up?
Dimitri, you know what I want more than a Pod or Desert map?
Yes.
Oh, look at this. The Desert Big Key. Why even map check if you can just clear both? Whichever one you need to clear, you just go do it. You don't care about getting the map then.
Alright, fair point.
You just play the 50-50 when you pull a pendant off of one, and then you go clear the other. Oh, there's going to be nothing here, right? Nothing here either?
As usual.
Oh, it's the Desert Big Key! As requested!
Okay. Now we are talking, because Desert, we know where the back is. It's super quick to do. And in this case, it's way worth it. Now, I like this play.
Yeah, you go do it, because you know it's a 50-50 on your last pendant, based on your knowledge. So, we go kill Helma. If Helma's not it, you go kill Landmo. And then, you know, we're still missing the Desert Small Key, we're still missing the Eastern Palace entrance, and we're still missing both Castle Tower keys. BSJ's found one. And that's one that...
Yeah, it was an IP.
Oh, nice. Nice, we got full offense. Half magic, gold, silver, bingo.
Yeah, again, it's not gonna be a problem, this seed. Okay, yeah, so we're missing one Castle Tower key. That Hitman doesn't have yet, because they need to visit Hype Cave and get his Force Sword together with the small key. And then, yeah, we're not missing much, honestly. That's Somaria Cane we're missing. And the Ice Rod. Bombos tablet.
This is a fun one to have to get back to, too. And there's nothing here.
Opening a connector that we've seen already. Okay, finally we're going to the back of Dark Cross, which you know is nothing. Well, I guess this is not too bad for BSJ, because at some point it's going to be funneled into the second glove. Unless he decide to walk all the way to the pyramid instead of using the... No, wait, we complete... No, wait, yeah, never mind. We completed GT, not the Aga Tower, so he cannot save and quit. But yeah, with Hammer, Glove, and Moonbird, it should not be too difficult to just start from Link House, go to the pyramid, and then decide to go to the balcony mirroring.
And down goes the helmet.
Our moment of truth. Is it? Is this it?
It is a required desert small, which puts the crystal on desert, so Helma is required anyway. By logic.
Well, logic says that Helma is required, so yes, you win.
So you 50-50 Helma versus Lanmo. In this case, I'm actually happy to go to Helma first. Because now when I clear Lanmo, I know it's what the game wants me to do, and I can just get the checks out of right side. Well,
yeah, we know where desert the main entrance is. All the entrances actually at this point, we explored that thoroughly. And with a big key, we can also check the big chest at the same time. So it's like 3 checks in the front and the boss that we know is a crystal, so it's required. So now Hitmen know exactly what to do for like the next 10 minutes. Finish this, go to desert, clean the back, clean the front, and then we will see. Okay, BSJ going in the right direction. He's gonna find soon Ice Palace. Unfortunately, there's not much in Ice Palace that he can do, but at least he's gonna be 1 more crystal under his belt. And we're gonna take the chance of Hitman claiming his prize and BSJ going through Ice Palace that we've already seen. To remember everyone in chat, please give these runners follow that are showing out this awesome move in this cross key seed. Thank you everyone that organized the stream. Thanks to SpeedGaming for hosting this game. Thanks to everyone that's working in the back to make everything works. Also, thanks for fixing the audio before that. And thanks to my friends Arrivian to come for commenting with me.
Thanks for having me along. I'm going from 1 race last night to 1 race after waking up. Oh boy. And we are getting a map, and the map is to desert. This is a map that BSJ could not pick up earlier because he didn't have a glove.
Yeah, I guess at this point that map is not important anymore, but yeah, it definitely sucks. Imagine he goes back and then he says, oh, it was just a map that gives you information that right now you know.
We know where that is. That's right side desert.
Yep.
And there's the potion shop. We get some blues while we're here.
Hitman literally getting everything he can from the potion shop with 4 bottles, but stopping at 2 blues.
Yes, we have to pull this back open. Right, we knew that. That's how we got here.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. Don't you feel good when you open these entrances? Don't you feel like you're missing something when there is the rock on top of it? And you feel the urge of just, you know, I gotta remove that rock. It's just getting on my nerves.
Sometimes it's just muscle memory to get rid of something that's, you know, oh, did I check this yet? Even though you just walked out of it.
No, we didn't. And if this is Eastern, that means that those bits are hard required.
It's not Eastern. We still have the Meyer area.
We still have the Meyer area, which so far we haven't seen any connector to the Meyer area. So at this point, I would say that MIT's flute are required to get to the Meyer area. Hitman still doesn't go to the Meyer area. Where are we going, Hitman? Bombas tablets. Okay. I guess we're just cleaning the rest. Well, yeah, that small castle tower key can be pretty much anywhere, so... We are getting closer, but we're not quite yet there.
Now, where are we going if we're Hitman? Because obviously BSJ is going to Cold Stare, because that's something we know we need to do. There's really nothing else left in Ice Palace for us here.
Yeah, I would expect Hitman to hit Desert soon, either front or back.
Yeah,
okay, we got the front.
Of Desert. So we're going to chase this key, and hopefully... I don't know what else we could be hoping for here, right? Like, we need the Castle Tower key. We know where one is that we've seen BSJ pick up. We don't have Hitman going back towards where that is just yet. And...
No, I can easily imagine that being his...
That's just poetic, right?
Well, this scene is beautiful. There is nothing more to say about it. But yeah, I can easily imagine the Hype Cave being the last Castle Tower key for Hitman, if it doesn't go to that area anytime soon. Because if he finds an item... Well, the good news is that Trinex, he needs both Somaria and Ice Rod combined just to reach the boss, and defeat the boss.
Hera Big Key.
Hera Big. There we go.
Oh, I'm not sure how I'm starting to feel about everything just kind of falling in
logic. Which is finally logic, because so far we kill both our runners. No, Hitman hasn't completed Hera.
Right, he decided not to, when he was up there, he didn't have a weapon, so he didn't even bother hooking up.
Yeah, and he didn't do even Thieves Down yet, because he skipped that altogether after exploring the front. Yeah,
that's the other thing with, like, Green Pendant Thieves Down. Have we seen Sahasrara yet? Oh, this is a spot we haven't mirrored to. This could be something.
I mean, we saw Sahasrara, but I don't remember we turned in the Green Pendant. Because Sahasrara was one of the entrances, like, at the very beginning, like 5 minutes into the seed.
Oh, right.
So but honestly, I don't remember it. Probably he already did the Green Pendant turn in. I just don't remember.
Would have blanked on it. There's the Sick Kid, which was just a heart container. So I'm starting to feel like we're running out of things that we can chase that the other runner has already done. Please flute to 6 with more info. No, we're going back up the mountain.
Please don't.
Then we're going to clear desert here. This is something we know we need to do, so I'm actually okay with it, because desert's right here.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I can understand why Hitman refuses to go to the 6th flute spot and just go to my area just for a quick exploration.
You know what?
Information gathering, you know.
I can see him going up to do Moldorm here now with the big key, because the game's giving you something that says, hey, you might want to do this.
Also, yeah, we're missing a few items, so that's totally reasonable. But yeah, I'm a fan of collecting information, so just making my field of view more expanded. And finally, BSJ getting the desert map.
All right, so if you're just tuning in, we've had a couple different things that could have played a difference, but a lot of them are starting to lean more to Hitman's favor. We had BSJ was first to the Moon Pearl and first to the boots, but Hitman was first to the glove in the back of pod, the mirror that led to the other glove on top of Spectacle Rock, the flute in cutscene of Meyer, and yet we're still sitting on almost information parity because Though Hitman's pulled ahead in dungeon clears and ability to just get around. There's the Cane on Landmo. We are now Castle Tower Key, Meyer Big Key, and Ice Rod from Go Mode. And
Yep,
yeah,
that's
Ed
pretty
is
much
sitting
it.
behind the tree. We only know where one of those keys is. BSJ has it. Hitman does not. I don't remember if it's somewhere that BSJ went that Hitman just hasn't routed back into. When you've got a CT required seed like this, you end up... It turns it from one ice rod into 3 ice rods, basically. It's kind of gross.
Yeah, that sucks a little bit. Because those keys are useful only for reaching Ganon. Unless there is a useful item in the second chest of Castle Tower. And even in that case, you need to find... I mean, we found Castle Tower pretty early. So maybe that small key is something. Imagine the second Castle Tower key in vanilla location.
Bleh. No thank you. Where was Hype Cave? That's, at this point, I don't remember. I thought it was pod area, and then I think Hitman dodged out of pod area. That's where the CT key was. And they checked Elder
Yeah,
Cell.
I
Both
kind of
players have
remember
done
that too.
Both players have done down all of Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, I guess that came down to the difference of which they arrived at Dark World, because BSJ reached the Dark Shopping Mall, having already the Moonper, so he started exploring from there. He swam through Dark Lake Hylia and then landed in the port area, and probably explored a few entrances there. Hitman instead jumped from the Dark Lumberjack House, and he started exploring the west side, so he hasn't quite hit the pod area.
BSJ, are you taking the stolen key? Okay, he's not. Good. He does have this map telling us it is a crystal. We are gonna... Oh, are we taking the stolen key? No, we're just going out the middle door. We're connecting through something. Again, BSJ doesn't have that flute. Flute was in cutscene Chest of Mire. So he's getting around is actually a bit of a trial for him right now. You gotta take all your natural connectors and just go it by hoof. Now, if he goes into Mire up here, then that could change. But he's still not going to have the mitts.
Yeah, it all comes to when he's going to go back for those mitts. And he does not have all pod smalls. In some way or another, Hitman found all 6 pod smalls, while BSJ only has 4. Yes, Link to the Past can. They have checked the Front of Escape and Zelda Cell. Hyrule Castle is full clear from both runners. There was nothing, neither in the back or front.
Where does this go again? It was... Oh, this was the... Okay, TR Bridge. And the best place to run away and have a quick rest is going to be that little tea break in Tile Room. Or coffee break, if you prefer. And nothing in Tower of Hera. Okay, so...
Okay, Tower of Hera is dead. Ped?
Ew.
I mean, I know the chat loves Ped. Chat loves Ped, but honestly, that's I mean, that's technically it's not illogic because we missed the Thieves Town Small.
Yeah, but there's a lot of places that could be too.
Oh, you know what is logic? Okay, finally Hitman getting the first Castle Tower key and his 4th sword. I was just thinking, so we got the Somaria Cane, and we got right side of GT with Tire Room and Compass Chest.
We also have the front of TR. We also have, like, basically everything that's not Trinex and TR is available now to us.
Yeah, we always hope to find the Ice Rod first, so we can just get teleported to the front. But sometimes we don't have the luxury.
I've been waiting for this for the whole hour.
Finally.
We're basically in entrance mode, right? So now we come in here, and we look to see where Eastern is. And that's Quake blocking that. We only have the Bombos medallion. We don't even have... like.
No, we haven't... No, we haven't... Yeah, because Bombos was also in Misery Mire.
Right.
In the bridge chest.
We've seen BSJ do this. It's just a fortune teller here. And we got pushed out the other entrance there.
Yeah, now the most important part is to find the entrances that that we're missing. That way can be something, but okay, that's Spectacle Rock. Alright, show me Eastern.
There it is.
There we go.
Alright, so we know all of our dungeon entrances, and we're looking for the Ice Rod, a Mire Big, and the second Castle Tower key.
Yep, so 2 keys, 1 item. Wonderful. Well, we got 5 more items here in Eastern. If there's nothing here, I can totally see Hitman going back for Thieves Town and do the Grim Pendant turn in, or try to explore the dungeon. Unless he totally refuses to do that, as long as he doesn't find the Thieves Town small, which is also acceptable. Okay, BSJ, where are we going?
Back into Dark World, it looks like. I have to imagine this is going to be a Mire Dip then.
Oh, that's gonna be nice for him. He's not he's not gonna lead him back to those myths, which now we know are required because Eastern is right here. And unless there is some kind of magical connector that we have not seen that spews you out of the Mire entrance, yeah, those myths are hard required. But I don't think so, because we've seen pretty much everything at this point, entrance-wise.
I struggle to remember if there's any entrances we can even go out that we haven't already. We've seen Bumper. We saw the Death Mountain Descent.
We saw Bumper,
yeah,
Paradox. We saw Fairy Ascension. We saw the Old Man. Well, maybe a Dark Connector, Death Mountain Descent. I'm not sure if we've seen that, because we saw the Old Man front and back, and we saw Death Mountain Ascent.
I just don't remember if we've seen it both ways. Here's Mire, I believe. So yeah, this is news for BSJ, because he's going to get a pod key, and if he goes left side, he'll get his flute too. And the flute mitts combination is required to finish the seed at some point. Just a matter of when he goes back to Palace of Darkness, and we're still waiting for that big key, because that's blocking the desert big key too.
Yep. Okay, so far we got nothing out of Eastern, by the way. So we're gonna fight the boss, we're gonna see if the other one is on the boss.
Yeah, this is a pod key. That's the 5th one for BSJ. And then he goes down here and goes cutscene, that'll give him the flute. So when he goes back to pod, he's going to have the ability to open all the checks now.
Yeah, at this point doesn't have any much of a choice. I mean, you are there, you don't want to miss on anything, so you're probably gonna full clear every dungeon you come to your way. I cannot imagine him at this point skipping any chest inside any dungeon. And oh,
it's a Skullwood's big key.
Last big key, but not what we wanted.
So it's a check in a not bad spot, because it's just, you flute to 3 and you grab the rock and go right into the woods. But at the point that we have, entrance-wise, not much you can be finding that's actually items. I don't know what entrances we have left that are items, because I typically don't track those. I'm bad at tracking those.
Oh, the same. I mean, if I find a place that has an item, I just mark it off and says, okay, checked.
So
I'm
GT
not
is going to be
keeping track of everything.
What I'm thinking about right now. But also that Skullwood's big is something you're inclined to check sooner than later, too. Where are we headed? Is this back to TR? It's back to TR.
Are we gonna go back to the front? No, back front? Back to front?
Yeah, it's big chest.
No,
and then we'll do the Crystal Roller.
Crystal Roller, probably.
And then maybe mirror back and go for the front, because you have all the keys anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well, we saw the front entrance, and the front entrance was in Village of Outcast, if I remember.
Right, but wouldn't it just be faster to go back from here than to route to Village of Outcasts to go in?
At this point, yes. At this point, yes.
There's the Quake
Oh, that's
Medallion,
Quake!
which opens up the Mire door, if that becomes necessary for something.
I literally cannot imagine how that can be relevant for something, but I'm not gonna assume that it's not until I see that with my very own eyes.
These will be new checks for Hitman, because he did the center drop earlier. This was silvers, I believe. No, that's the money. The silvers were... It's another single item
In
BSJ found.
King's Tomb, in the King's Tomb cave. Not the King's Tomb entrance, but...
Right, so nothing new to really be excited about here. We're going to flute away again. This probably goes to either 3 or a 4. Yep, back to Vu. Probably get that Skullwood's big key check now.
Or, yeah, that or the front of TR at this point.
I mean, at some point you might consider going into Thieves Town, since, you know, it's right there, it's vanilla. Oh, don't tell me that's what you're actually doing. No, he's doing front of TR, because it's right there. Like you said.
Yeah. I can definitely imagine him doing this before doing Thieves Town, which is good. We know it's Thieves Town is not the answer so far.
Okay. 2 more checks here.
Or health.
And you know, both runners sitting on 17 hearts at this point with the red mail. And we're not really worried about anything actually threatening us until we get to the Ganon fight, and even then you can just sit there and tank the fire bats all day if you wanted.
Yeah, that's not a problem anymore. This cross keys, I mean, you start. No.
Or don't.
No. Okay, is Hitman gonna be lured into Thieves Town, or is gonna go for Skullwood's big chest first?
I'm gonna say, at some point, you probably feel bad about not doing Thieves Town. Oh, we got Smiths that we can do too. We're probably doing that first. Smiths and Peg Cave.
Yeah, true.
Where's the Smith? Is the Smith house just right down here?
I guess so. I mean, I honestly don't remember. But I assume that he knows...
Oh no, this is the King's Tomb. So
no,
it's
just checking. I mean, you are there, you can just check it. Now we can flute somewhere. No, we're not. I thought for a second it was skipping that portal. Where are we going, Hitman? Yeah, I guess we're just gonna bring the Smith to his house and then just gonna flute it back and keep the portal that we saved.
Sure, why not? I mean, the Smith house is right up here.
Oh, finally! BSJ going back to pod, lured by the big key and the rest of the small keys. He's not gonna be happy about it.
I mean, almost 2 hours in, you're not done. You're still missing a boatload of things to finish the seed. You need to kill Helma to get your big key to Desert, to get your Cane of Samaria. And at this point, you know Pod's a pendant. You're going to go to Helma? You're going to Helma first? BSJ, you might just be my hero right now. Oh, this could be pedestal required, too, with how many... We're still looking for an Ice Rod, and again, a Mire Big Key, and a Castle Tower Small, and that Castle Tower Small can be basically anywhere.
Yeah, and technically, as we said before, we don't know where Thieves Town Small, which is required for Logical Blind, can be anywhere.
That could just be
Definitely
on right
not
side
on pad,
GT. I mean, with the cane as late as it was, right side GT is not something I'm willing to scoff at here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like 5 checks. 4 in the compass check, 4 in the compass room, and 1 in tie room.
I'm a little worried about putting off GT for longer and longer. Same way I was a little worried about having the MITS access and not checking it, and kind of leveraging the stuff that you know you've pulled out of Logic. You're trying to stay in Logic to some degree, and then you put it all in play anyway.
Yeah, because Lyrical means we
tower here if you're fluting to 4.
Full of items, so yes, this Gan Tower. So we were already full of items when we pulled those myths, so even if we go out of Logic at that point, we can pretty much do anything, so it's worth it.
All right, 5 new checks here.
Are we gonna do tile room first or last?
You're go -3. You're doing tile room first.
All right, fairies, let's play. Or not.
Happy 2 hours, cross keys and suffering fans. You're watching the main tournament brought to you by SpeedGaming for a link to the fast randomizer in this year 2025. We have this Group L match between Hitman and BSJ, both winless coming in. Group leader 2C has a 3-0 lead over everyone he's played at this point. Remember, top 2 advance to brackets in this year's main tournament, so everyone's got to have 2 games against their respective opponents across their community group, which means BSJ and Hitman will see each other, and Astro Felipe and 2C twice on the battlefield. This Crosskeys game started out with early boots access, an early Moon Pearl behind the boots, and a mirror in a silly spot, and both gloves accessible through pod. And now the mitts in the flute are proven to be required, and BSJ is going to find his second glove in just a moment here. But we have a big pig in the
I would like to mention that it was a pendant pod.
Oh, I mean,
for the fans.
We also have pendant pod boss required for big key to Crystal Desert for required. There's the Meyer big key, by the way. That is the Thieves Town small key pedestal suddenly in play. Neither runner has read the pedestal. We've had that book for a while. It's just not convenient to go back to. Meyer is probably going to be our next port of call here. BSJ finds the mitts and just flute right away.
Yeah, right now I would really love to watch his stream if he had a microphone to see his reaction, like say, oh no, the mitts. Okay, so I can imagine Hitman is doing the front and then checking pad maybe at this point before deciding if he wants to dip into another pendant dungeon.
Yeah, this is cleaning up the big chest. I think you go into Meyer first before going to see if pedestal's a thing.
Yeah, that works also.
Nothing. Okay, and this entrance that we couldn't see from Hitman is also nothing. Functionally, we're looking for 2 ice rods. it's so
that's true.
bad. All right, Meyer play here for Hitman. 2 checks that we can get out of Meyer. Big chest of boss. Boss is required. Obviously, the big chest may not be, but it's a check we can make along our way looking for the ice rod in the castle tower too.
Which can be also in his own vanilla spot because we haven't checked that yet.
Yeah, that one's weird to me because castle tower is just in Kakariko, isn't it?
No, it was in the. It was close to the shop by Lake Hylia, if I remember.
Okay, it's early. Either way, it's just
right there. We saw that within 5 minutes. And we could not do the first check because we were just on bombs and we didn't want to kill the guards with bombs, so...
Oh, there's the ice rod!
That's the ice rod, and now we need only one, the other ice rod.
We're in CT key mode. Oh no.
Well, the good news is that we can complete all our dungeon. So we hope that the CT's ball is just gonna be here on Vitreous. The bad news is that if it's not here on Vitreous, for Hitman it's gonna be... Okay, where it is. Literally anywhere.
And for BSJ still needs to get that desert big key. And then, you know, go beat Landmo. Where was that desert big key? It was in a spot. I was excited to
Wait.
see it. I was really, really happy to see it.
It was in a cave. It was definitely in a cave, but
Wait, it was the back of the TR entrance, right? The thieves hut that was up there.
yes,
It was
yes,
behind
you're right.
the.
It was
yeah,
right.
yeah. So
It
we
was
already
really-
knew
as
the
soon
bits were
as-
required, but oh no.
Yeah, I mean, but the good news is that once he gets there, it's gonna be pretty linear because that's gonna lead him to desert, which is gonna give him the other big key to Meyer, and no, actually, no, not big key to Meyer.
It's not linear because he's still got
It's
things he can check with the cane in TR. So he has to like make the right call just to claw back in. And at this moment,
Yeah, the cane is on Lambo. So once he beats Lambo, it may decide. I mean, it's between I go to TR or I go to right side GT because that point is gonna be in logic.
Right.
So if he goes immediately to GT, that's good because he can do Meyer. He already teeps down. Hopefully, he's not gonna be sucked in back for the big chest.
all right, Vitreous, what do you have, my friend? You've got $20. Not to mention, you still have the Thieves Town small key that opens up that big chest. That's something BSJ is going to be a little bit late to, too. So if it's there, it's even worse for him. And then there's other things that he could do, too. Like
big chest in swamp.
right, like there's
Hopefully
these
he's not
other
gonna do
little
that.
things.
In his spot, he just was so aggressive on dungeon completion that right now we kind of left one check in every dungeon. So yeah, we know that it's not gonna punish him because it's nothing, but there we go.
All right, we're going straight to Trinex here.
Yeah, this is required, and we hope to find our last item on the boss. If not, we are officially in Castle Tower hunt mode.
Oh, I've done that. I try to do the backdoor strats on Trinex and just walk into his foot. Or you'll run into his foot.
I do the same. Like half of the time, I always run into his foot. I'm not yet super proficient in doing the back, so I just take my time and do that in the front.
I gotta like pull it in the Pracac or something because I'm still too slow on slashing. I don't know what it is. Here's CT2 being checked by BSJ.
All right, BJ, show us the money. The bottle percent achieved.
Now wait a second.
Okay, so Trinex is not the answer.
No, and that's the last check we had in
had-
TR.
Yes. What's in here? Castle Tower?
Nope.
Harpies, nothing. Oh yeah, we have now we beat TR. We got the big bomb.
Oh, now we're scraping the barrel because we're going into Thieves Town.
I mean, it's the higher. He got 4 checks in here. Is the highest that 5 if you include the green pendant. So I can definitely imagine he wanted to do this while he's here, because when he beat Trinex, he got teleported from the front of our castle to the village of Outcast, and it's pretty much in front here. What do? You skip it? At this point, we really don't know where to go. It can be anywhere.
Yeah, so this is just, honestly, this is the density play for Hitman at this point, is come in here, get the 4 items in back, including the big chest, not knowing that your opponent didn't also skip it. And I probably wouldn't have, knowing it was green pendant, but if this comes back to bite me, I'm going to feel real bad. Luckily, we know there's nothing back here, with the exception of not knowing what's the big chest. BSJ wants to know.
Are we going?
He's got all 3 pendants. He's
Come
at
on,
least going to
BSJ,
read
show
it.
us the dream.
He's at least going to read it. And he's still looking for Meyer Big Key. And he's looking for Kane. And he's looking for Ice Rod. I totally get it. We're just going to pull it. What's on the pedestal?
Let's go. Let's go.
Don't be the key. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's the master money. $1, Bob.
Is the first master money or the second?
Doesn't matter. It's still the master.
I mean, there are 2 masters? Wow.
I'm sorry, it's the year 2025. I gotta say $1 Drew. Drew carries the host of the prices right now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh!
Hey! It's
2 hours, 9 minutes. Saha check after cleaning T-Town like 30 minutes into the seed.
And that's just it, too, right? Like, at that point, you're like, I haven't been back here. I have to check it now. And here is Gomo for hitman1382.
All right. The game got jokes. The game got real jokes.
Yeah, that is all she wrote. There is nothing left in this game that we can look at right now.
No, there's not. I mean, there's Big Bomb, but now we know there's nothing for real.
Hey, here's that castle tower in the Link's House Bonk Rocks, and that is...
Oh, okay, then it was...
Yeah, we have nothing left. I think that might have actually been a collective last location on the knowledge that we have.
Absolutely. I mean, let's say that in this seed, what happened is that him are refusing to go into Thieves Town and waiting for the small keys and not going to other dungeons unless he had the logic to back him up his action, kind of decided this race. I don't blame bsj though.
Well,
definitely, you got a dungeon in front of you. You can complete it. You just clear that and you hope to find the items, because you can never know when the small key of Thieves Town or the small key of Hera is going to show up at some point, so you got to make decisions.
So
it was just unlucky that the small key of Castle Tower was right there after we seen Thieves Town like 2 times, like in the first half an hour.
So don't celebrate just yet if you are a Hitman fan, because we do see that his stream has gone offline. This is a lesson, everybody, if you especially if you have an ISP that likes to go down on you in the broad daylight with no clouds in the sky, then you might want to keep a local record of your stream as you are broadcasting, because chances are you're going to need it. And we have to hope that nothing has happened to like the power situation at Hitman's place of residence as well, because at this point we're going to fly blind, knowing he entered CT in go mode, and hold our breath for the rest. So it's not over till it's over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's actually specified in the rule set to always record while streaming, so you can provide approved everything in race. I mean, sometimes technical difficulties just happen, so there's nothing you can do about that. But you just continue the race, and then you see what's going on.
So in the meantime, we'll keep following BSJ in his quest to find the Desert Big Key, to find his Can of Samaria, to find his Ice Rod, to find his CT Small, and honestly, probably the bad place for him. The worst place for him.
Yep, because this mine, it can be there, it can be small, it can be Swamp Palace, Big Chest, is another location they left behind. So right now, probably going back to GT, or no? No, he's going desert, right side of desert. Alright, that works too.
Alright, BSJ is going to find the last mail upgrade, and this absolutely silly joke, the pod map. You have to kill the pod boss to get the pod map.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I got no words. Oh, we're back on Hitman's side.
Yep, and that is good news, because that means we're going to see the end of this run. Yeah, that was just a castle tower. We already knew what castle tower was going to be, right? And you drop into the big pig.
But wait, what are you doing, man?
That's the big pig is not here. The big pig's in the tree, and you're gonna end up back here anyway.
Well, thank you, Hitman, but your pig is in another hole. Oh, that was so funny.
We were barking up the wrong tree there. Oh, I was barking down the wrong tree? Now we gotta bark down this tree. The pyramid's not a tree. Alright, we have the Dark King waiting down here. Not the other hole, this hole.
Yeah, this hole, exactly.
Talking about the Swamp Big Chest, that's what BSJ's gone back for. This is unfortunately not on the path that he needs to take.
I was pretty much a 50-50, so there's nothing he can do. In his perspective, the other Castle Tower Small Key can be here. As an equal chance, it can be in the back of Thieves Town. And this is just faster than Thieves Town, so I cannot blame him for this.
Yeah, but he also doesn't have that small key either. And unfortunately, like, he's just that one chain has kept him from staying in this race. Because everything went through that TR entrance that Hitman had the means to possibly enter, but didn't have a sword at the time that he found it. And then finally gets the swords and goes back, and boom, there's your Desert Big Key, boom, there's your Cane, boom, there's your Thieves Town Small, your Meyer Big Key, and now suddenly everything just fell into your lap in that sequence.
Yeah, I would say that exploring Meyer in the beginning of the game definitely paid off for Hitman. But what I want to ask him as soon as he's gonna get here for an interview, if the runner accepts, of course, I guess so. So that's basically, why he decided to go to the back of Pod when it was not logically required for Harmless Willy. Anyway, let's say that for later, everyone in chat says GG to Hitman that is about to cross the bridge after killing Ganon with the best equipment possible at 2 hours, 16 minutes, and 4 seconds.
Meanwhile, BSJ is sitting in Hera Basement, which we also know is not one of the answers. It's just one entrance that BSJ had to go to, and, you know, I'm going to say it, that's cross keys. Sometimes it do be like that. But he put up a hell of a fight going through the early parts of the seed and blazing a trail for us that we didn't know was going to be different until we saw Hitman pull up that mirror in the back of Pod. So let's see some GGs for him as well, because he's going to throw in the towel and drop the forfeit here just after Hitman finishes.
Yeah, that's really fortunate because in the beginning, BSJ was really blazing the boots, and then immediately Moonper, and immediately the Darkwood Access, which explored thoroughly. So yeah.
Yeah, hell of a run by two guys I've been watching play this game for about as long as I've been playing this game myself. If you want to go back a few years, you want to mark down when the Link to the Past randomizer ladder first started in summer of 2020. That's where I met these gentlemen. We've been playing cross keys in and around each other midst ever since, and I wouldn't say that any one person was a favorite in this game. They both know what it takes to win a seed. And they showed it here on the screen today. Let's see if they want to join us for a little talk in the commentary booth. Joining us, we have Hitman. BSJ sitting on standby. He'll be up to say hello to us shortly, I'm sure. GG, Hitman. Wow. This one had some stuff in spots, didn't it?
Yeah, that was fun. I figured probably best case for me would be that Castle Tower Small being in the Thieves Town Big Chest, since I didn't do it early. If it was a crystal, I would have probably done it when I found it, but since I had the big key, but with it being a pendant, I figured let's hold off.
Based on what we knew at the time that you did it, I actually think that's our last location. Because BSJ also pulled pedestal looking, because he hasn't gone back, well, he hasn't gone up to the Turtle Rock entrance, which you had the means to get to early, if not for the swords hiding out on you. But that's where you get your big key to Desert. You go to Desert, get your cane. You go to right side GT, get your Thieves Small, get your Mire Big. You go to Mire, get your Ice Rod, and then at that point you're making that kind of not great decision to go back to Thieves Town if you're BSJ, because now you're digging at single item spots for a Castle Tower Small, but effectively a second Ice Rod.
Right, yeah, by the time that I got to Thieves Town, there wasn't a lot left, and that was like the dense play, so it just made sense to go for it there.
I wasn't sure if that was why you ended up skipping Thieves Town in the first place, not wanting to go in and get burned by Green Pendant Thieves Town, not having the small key. It ended up being the right decision today. Is that something that you would do pretty much any situation that you have a Pendant Thieves, in its vanilla location, not knowing how easy it is to get back to? That can be a thing to, I guess, kind of weigh out on a seed-to-seed basis, unless it's something you just usually decide, oh, I'm not doing it.
Right, yeah, and in this one, I was kind of going back and forth as I was going through the front, and I was just like, screw it, we're just going to come back later on if we have to. Like I said, hoping to find that small key, and that small key came out pretty late for me.
All right, BSJ sitting in chat says Discord doesn't want to recognize his mic. So GG BSJ, it's good to see you back in the scene again, because it's been a little while outside of the ladder here. Unfortunately, you got nipped by... we want to talk about that with Hitman, too. That other glove location being... Well, let's not count pod keys or anything, but my goodness, you get access to both gloves and pod basically next to each other. It's like suddenly you go from an open and shut world to a world that's so open that you can walk out of it into the other side of the world. Like, what was happening here in your head once you peeled those mitts?
Yeah, I think I was at three small keys when I pulled it, so obviously you're figuring, well, that's just way out of logic. But the other keys kind of came in fairly quick after that, at least two of them did, so I didn't think it was too far out of logic, but like I said, it just gives you total map freedom at that point, which can be scary.
Yeah, I was worried about you just never wanting to flute to 6. Meanwhile, BSJ pulls the mitts because he was nearing last location territory for that, and he fluted to 6 instantly after clearing up the rest of pod there, which turns out they end up being darn required today. It depends on what time zone you're in.
Yeah, I guess you could have bomb jumped through Spec Rock Cave to get to the Mire area if you really wanted to, but I'm not sure if I had the big key yet when I found the bottom of that anyway, so that wouldn't have been a great move.
Oh boy. There had to be a feeling. Hour 58, you're looking for a cane, an ice rod, an entrance, a big key, and then it all just kind of falls into a linear path there for you at the end, which I guess once you've ruled out everything else, it had to be. But I think we saw a little bit of everything on this seed, which says a lot, actually.
Yeah, pretty much, and if I remember right, I don't think there was anything of note on the climb.
Which
GT?
one? Yeah, both climbs
GT
are...
climb.
Yeah, so we watched BSJ bomb every check in the well except for the last sword. For him, it was the last sword, because he found Hype Cave first.
That's right,
We're
yeah,
a
there was
little
a
bit
sword
later
there.
to the Moon Pearl.
The sword was nice at the time being tempered, but, that's not what you want to climb for.
Oh, you don't climb for just a sword. Not a damn thing, he says in chat. So yeah, both climbs, while being tempting, one required, the other one had absolutely nada. Sometimes it's like, darned if you do, darned if you don't, right?
Yeah, exactly. But with the well behind GT, it's, you pretty much have to do it there.
And for all you know, the cane's just in the well.
And still needing both Castle Tower keys in my case at that point, and just so much still needed.
198. Dimitri, have you ever seen a check number that high in cross keys in a live race?
No, honestly not. I mean, I haven't played that much cross keys myself, but yeah, that's almost close to a full clear, and that's not counting all the other, keys, because I was thinking like, yeah, you want to check everything, and he's gonna follow your lab, but when you're in Castle Tower key hunt mode, it can literally be anywhere. So we basically saw everything. We saw every location, everything, and yeah, as we were talking about before GT with the well, we need to remember that at the beginning of the sea, we didn't have that much of freedom because we're still looking for our darker access, we're still looking for our major item, we're still looking for anything that could push us in any direction. And basically saw both you Hitman and both BSJ just going around in circle, covering each other's steps, trying to figure it out, okay, where am I supposed to go now? And as you mentioned, BSJ also bombing every chest in the well. It was pretty funny after the GT climb.
We saw a double bomb from Hitman at one point too. I'm trying to remember what we were reacting to. There's a dead rock block right in front of the old man rescue door.
Oh yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
Yeah, runner's not afraid to let us know how they feel as they're playing through the seed too. That's for the entertainment value. Didn't talk about the solution yet. I mean, the mitts ended up being required for basically everything endgame. It really came down to one entrance at the end, and it was one that Hitman could have gotten a lot sooner if the swords weren't hiding on him. BSJ breaking that first sword in the swamp without even having the hammer yet was actually a big deal. It's the TR entrance. I hate the TR entrance. It's just so tucked away and out of the way. You have so many other things you can do with mitts, and that you pull Eastern being required in the mire area. You're just thinking, okay, well, this has to have the answer, right? Nope.
Yeah, it took me a little bit to get back to Swamp because I found the small key literally right after finding the entrance to Swamp. Otherwise, yeah, I would have done it hammerless as well.
Oh yeah, let's be honest for a second. Doing Swamp without a hammer is not really a problem. With having that big key actually helped you really full clearing Swamp. It says, okay, I'm just gonna sweep everything inside here, and then it's not gonna think about it. As we saw on BSJ stream, just I think like a couple of minutes before the race ended, we saw that BSJ was going back to Swamp because at that point he was also trying to last locate his items, and between Thieves Town and Swamp Palace, there are an equal chance that a relevant item can be in that big chest because he found the Swamp Big Key later after he already completed Swamp. So you just hold off in going back into Swamp. You explored more entrances. You found Desert Front, and then you find Perdex Cave where you pulled the Swamp Big Key. So you were able to clean everything and not thinking anymore about it. And it's far delayed the last location in Thieves Town.
Yeah, the Thieves Town thing. I'm starting to feel like I'm feeling Hitman's side, even though I've been burned by not doing BSJ, especially in it's like Retrans or something. Retrans Thieves Town with Universal Keys kills me every time because I don't want to go in without a hammer. And every time I don't go in with the hammer, the Thieves Town that I'm not clearing without the hammer has the hammer. It was this today. You don't want to go in without the small key.
It's not that for everything.
It's like, it's always like, back when I used to play open on the ladder back in the day, it's like you go into TR looking for the ice rod, it's not there. You go looking everywhere else but TR for the ice rod, it's just in TR. You know, Catch-22. Can't make the right decision every time. Or any time for that matter. But you know what? That's rando.
And that's what chat wants.
Yeah,
good, spicy garbage everywhere.
Now, chat would have wanted something dumb to be on pedestal. Like, we've seen every fetch quest, but imagine Shovel being on pedestal. That could have added some extra chaos on top of the chaotic cake that's already, you know, across the floor and on the walls and on the ceiling. All over the
we pretty much see also every other key. So we saw Sick Kid, we saw the library. Actually, we saw the library. So we see every other relevant location. So there was nothing that could be a fetch quest. Either it was the Castle Tower small key that was the last item, or it was supposed to be junk. We cannot even be satisfied with, oh, there is a shovel on pad that leads to the mushroom in the flute spot that lead to the potion shop that is going to be in some kind of awkward location like TR entrance which has the ice rod. No, because everything else was before that. So yeah, that was fun. By the way, it was fun. Maybe a bit stressful for the runners, but for us, we were absolutely having a blast, and we are sure that all our viewers here definitely share the sentiment.
Yeah, I want to once again extend the invitation. Please follow these two runners here, Hitman, our winner today, and BSJ, who is not exactly a neither of these are actually a stranger to suffering in the randomizer scene. They are also very good at their craft, and if you want to see some, above average level gameplay and pretty much any mode you could ask for, not just cross keys, also mystery and a bunch of other things, give these two gentlemen your love and attention. And I'd say also a shout out to Dimitri, who played in the Mentor Tournament this past year and picked up the game like it was a game of checkers and he's playing chess.
A little bit more complicated than that, but yeah, sure.
I mean, you definitely know a lot more than some people do that run through the Mentor Tournament scene. You've been hanging around, and it's good to have another fresh voice and another passionate player just jumping in and having fun with us.
Oh, I'm really happy to be here. The community is very welcoming. There are a lot of resources, people are nice, and I enjoy the game, so there's no reason for me not to be here. But thank you, Zaribian, for helping me out with this comms as an experienced commentator. But here we're not about talking about me or you. We are talking about the runners. So GG again to the both runners. Thanks Hitman, thanks BSJ for accepting being here on Restream. Everyone in chat says GG to runners again for the awesome race that we just witnessed. With a little bit crazy tips and turns, and I guess that this is it.
Yeah, and if you want to see some more action, we've got more randomizer coming up. Two games at 6 o'clock over on SpeedGaming's 3 and 4. We've got an AD tile swap and a Kabuki with some awesome runners up on there. Got Dr. Earworm, Kazin, Mike Nekopai, and Maniacal. You'll see us back here for more cross keys at 7. We'll give you Gilgamesh and Windfox right here on SpeedGaming 2, and then 8 o'clock tonight. More action between MM2 NES cartridge and Tenant. That doesn't have a mode attached to it. So we'll have to, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, if you're looking forward to more main tournament action, have your eyes on the SpeedGaming Network of channels, SpeedGaming and SpeedGaming 2 through 6, and also some other people in the community like to pick up restreams here and there. If you want to catch up on who's doing what, there's always that link in the chat that you'll see. You can type in !ALTTPR, it'll show you the challenge for this year's group stage. Top 2 advance to a bracket style with buys, because we have an uneven number of players this year with 111. And lots more action to come here.
2 more weeks of gaming.
At least.
At least, yeah. It's always more specified. That's the plan, to try to wrap it up in the next 2 weeks, but yeah.
That's just the group stage. What about the bracket stage?
The bracket stage, we're going to see next year, maybe.
All right, let's abscond here so that SG can have a little bit more time to set up for whatever else they may have on this channel, if they have anything going on. And always keep an eye on the schedule. And again, you got all the games that I just mentioned right now, but you also have some games that might slot in, or some other randomizers. Z1's got events going on, and amongst other things. So speedgaming.org/schedule, I think, is the way you look and see what's going to air where. For now, I'm going to let Dimitri go to bed. And we'll see you guys later.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you for being here. And take care.